17 years, 5 months and 16 days. That's how old Max Verstappen was when he made his F1 debut for Scuderia Toro Rosso, and from that moment the Dutch sensation has grown to become a beast on the racetrack. Today, regardless of what anyone thinks, Verstappen is carving out a legacy with one of the most dominant runs ever seen in racing. But what exactly is Max Verstappen's secret to destroying his rivals? It's not just one secret. Rather, it's a combination of factors that are truly astonishing. What are these secrets? At the Miami Grand Prix, we witnessed a rare sight. Max Verstappen finishing a race in second position for the first time in over 20 races. That was one of the most shocking things we have seen in F1 this season. We are used to a dominant Max Verstappen storming past the track and leaving others in the dust as he did in the 2023 F1 season. The upgrades McLaren introduced for the 2024 Miami GP propelled the team into contention against Red Bull, culminating in Norris clinching his long-awaited first F1 victory after more than 100 attempts. This triumph wasn't a stroke of luck or a result of favourable circumstances. It was a resounding defeat handed to Verstappen by Norris. But it is way too early to think of Red Bull's dominance ending, as Max will be ready to strike back quickly. What makes everyone so sure of this? Looking back at 2023, it was all about Max Verstappen and Red Bull. Verstappen won a whopping 19 out of 21 races. That's wild. To understand how big that is, let's do some numbers. Only 17 drivers in the entire history of Formula One have managed to accumulate more than 19 wins throughout their careers, let alone in a single season. Even big names like Stirling Moss, Jenson Button, Emerson Fittipaldi and Alberto Ascari didn't reach 19 wins in their careers. So winning 19 races in just one season is super impressive. In the last 50 F1 races spanning from the 2021 Abu Dhabi GP to the 2024 Chinese GP, Max Verstappen has been an unstoppable force, clinching victory in an astounding 39 of those races. That's a jaw-dropping win rate of 78%, putting him in a league of his own. Comparatively, both Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher, two of the sport's greatest, achieved a maximum win rate of 62% over a similar 50-race span. But Verstappen's dominance surpasses even these legends. Other greats like Ayrton Senna, Sebastian Vettel and Jim Clark also boasted impressive win rates over 50 races, but none quite matched Verstappen's current streak. These stats show you just how dominant Max Verstappen is, and that is likely not to stop this season, even though Lando Norris in his McLaren is proving to be a formidable opponent. Why? Because Max Verstappen has a ruthless mentality, and this mentality plays a pivotal role in his success. Verstappen hates losing, and when he does, he comes back even stronger. A prime example of Verstappen's tenacity is seen in the 2023 Baku Grand Prix. Despite finishing just 2.13 seconds behind his teammate and holding a slim lead in the championship standings, reports emerged that Verstappen was absolutely livid about the race outcome. Former F1 driver Karen Chanduk revealed Verstappen's attitude after the race, saying, "After Baku, Max Verstappen was fuming. He told his dad, Jos Verstappen, I won't let him beat me again this season. He was so mad, and he made it his mission." And boy, he did deliver on that promise. Following Baku, Verstappen went on an incredible winning streak, clinching victory in 10 consecutive races. This determination wasn't a one-off. After a tough defeat in Singapore, Verstappen was back with a vengeance in Japan. From the very first lap of practice, he was out to crush his rivals. We have seen this mentality from some of F1's legends. It's clear that to dominate in F1, you need this type of mentality. That mentality is what we will see from Max Verstappen in the next race at Imola. And that's just one of the reasons why Max Verstappen dominates the F1 grid. There are other factors that make the Dutch driver a beast on the track, and one of them is his distinct driving style. Some people attribute Max Verstappen's dominance solely to his car. It's true that he has a top-notch vehicle, and there's a saying in racing that a driver is just as good as his car. However, in Verstappen's case, there's more to it than that. While his car is undoubtedly excellent, it's not the only reason for his success. One of his standout abilities lies in his remarkable car control, particularly during corner entry. Unlike many drivers, Verstappen has a unique approach that allows him to carry immense speed into medium to slow speed corners, where he often gains a competitive edge. As he approaches a corner, he skillfully manages the throttle and brakes, initiating a controlled rotation of the rear of the car with an early steering input. This technique enables him to balance the car on the brink of its grip limit, allowing for optimal cornering performance. This helps him save the tires and keep them in good shape for the whole race. Max is also really good at using the entire width of the track, especially on challenging tracks like Suzuka. It's undoubtedly a daunting task for any driver to contemplate how to outdo Max Verstappen. That's because Max likes a car with a lot of front grip. He needs the car to be very pointy, so much front grip so that the rear seems very light. This technique poses a unique challenge for the Red Bull racing engineers. Vaca revealed the difficulty in simulating Verstappen's driving style on the team's simulators. Verstappen's utilization of the car surpasses their understanding, making it challenging to replicate. Albon echoed similar sentiments, highlighting the instability of the car under such conditions. It not only undermines the confidence of other drivers, but also leads to errors when pushed to the limit, but for Max Verstappen, that is not the case. Verstappen's ability to extract maximum performance from the car by manipulating front grip is a skill that most drivers don't have. To surpass him, a driver must master the same conditions, excelling where Verstappen does. Verstappen's unique driving style has been instrumental in extracting maximum performance from his Red Bull car throughout his career, making him virtually unbeatable, even if other drivers were to drive the exact same car as him. Verstappen's driving style bears resemblance to the legendary Michael Schumacher's peak performance in the 1990s. Like Schumacher, Verstappen excels in harnessing the car's responsiveness and rear movement to his advantage. But while Schumacher had a more aggressive approach, Verstappen's own is smoother and more refined. Another thing is that Max is an extremely rare natural talent. Even before he entered Formula One, Verstappen's talent was evident. Racing in the European go-karting scene, he dazzled with his skill and precision. Red Bull recognized his potential and fast-tracked him to F1 at the tender age of 17, making him the youngest driver in the sport's history. His arrival prompted the FIA to introduce a minimum age limit of 18 the following year. Franz Tost, Verstappen's first F1 team boss at Toro Rosso, was quick to praise his talent, comparing him only to the legendary Sebastian Vettel. Tost explained, how he drove, how he overtook, and how he had everything under control was just fantastic. In just his second race, he became the youngest point scorer in F1 history. His promotion to Red Bull's senior team after only 4 races in his second season was a shock to many, but Verstappen rose to the occasion. On his debut for Red Bull at the Spanish Grand Prix, he clinched victory, fending off season champions like Vettel, Raikkonen, and Ricciardo. At just 18 years old, he became the youngest race winner in F1, a feat unlikely to ever be surpassed. Daring overtakes, flawless pole laps, and remarkable recoveries from tricky situations come naturally to him. Giampiero Lambiase, Verstappen's long-serving race engineer, attributes his success to this innate talent. Lambiase explained, "He has an extremely rare natural talent, an innate feeling for the connection between himself, the car, and the road." Another factor that has made Verstappen and Red Bull destroy the competition this season is the incredible tyre management capabilities of the RB20. The secret to Red Bull's exceptional tyre management lies in the intricate mechanics of the car. The suspension system is finely tuned to strike the perfect balance between softness and stiffness. This delicate balance allows the tires to quickly reach their optimal operating temperature while maintaining stability and a low ride height. As a result, the car generates high levels of downforce from the Venturi channels without experiencing any bouncing or instability. Adrian Newey refined the RB20 to address previous shortcomings while preserving its strengths. By adapting solutions from other teams and incorporating them into their car concept, Red Bull has created a machine capable of excelling in all types of corners, from tight hairpins to high-speed bends. The RB20's aero-mechanical platform, coupled with efficient load generation, ensures exceptional balance and performance throughout the race. In the hands of Verstappen, the RB20 demonstrates its superiority over the race distance. Verstappen has the ability to bring the tyres into the optimal operating window swiftly, allowing them to set an unmatched pace as the race progresses. What else do you think makes Max so dominant on the track, and will it ever end? If so, how long till that day?